For those of us taking advanced mathematics, today I would like us to consider complex numbers. So we have a question today. It says, write in polar form 3 minus 5i. So how do you start? Okay. Now when they give you a question like this, okay, the first thing you do is you write a question back. You write a question back, which is 3 minus 5i, okay? So the next thing you do is that you put a cup under 3, you write letter X. You put a cup under minus 5, you write letter Y. So in a sense now, my X is 3 and my Y is minus 5. Do you understand? Alright, now the question is, how do you know how to get the X and the Y? Now the X is called the real part, and the real part is the part that does not hold high. So the real part is the part that does not hold high, while the Y part, that's the imaginary part. Remember the word imaginary for you. The imaginary part, that is the Y part, is the part that holds the I. Okay. All right. So after writing these numbers out, the next thing we look for is called R. Now this R is usually called modulus. So what you do basically is you take square root of the X square and the Y square, like this. Okay. All right. So now if I do that, I'm going to get square root of 3 square plus bracket minus 5 square, right? So this will give me square root of 34. So I've just gotten my R, this modulus. The next thing we look for now is called theta, and the theta is often called the argument. Okay, the argument. All right, or some would just say ARG is the same thing. So what's the formula for theta? The formula for theta is tan inverse of the Y all over the X. So now let's do that. So for me to get my theta, so I'm going to do tan inverse of the Y all over the X. Now if you remember from what we did just now, the Y is minus 5 while the X is 3. So we can confirm that. So the Y is minus 5, the X is 3. So let's now simplify this. So let's use the calculator. So what we do is okay, my calculator is not really showing very well, so I will just do it and show you the answer. So now I want to do tan inverse of minus 5 divided by 3. So my calculator is showing me tan inverse of minus 5 divided by 3, and this is the answer, minus 59.0362. So I have minus 59.0362 degrees. Now this answer is this answer is in degree. This answer is in degrees. So but we don't want it to be negative. So what we'll do is I'm going to simply add 360. I'll add 360 to this number so it becomes positive. So let me do that. So in my calculator, so in my calculator I've added these 360. So what I'm getting is 300.9637 degrees. So now I have my theta, but this theta, it's still in degrees. That's the problem. Do you understand? It's in degrees. So I have to convert this theta to radians now. So for me to convert this theta to radians, what I will do is that I'm going to write this number 300.9637 degrees. Do you understand? So I'm going to multiply by pi. Now if I multiply by pi, it means I want to convert to radians now. So I have to multiply the answer by pi to get a radians. So I will divide it by 180. So if I use this factor, so the first thing is, if you multiply by pi, you are going from degree to radian, then you divide by 180 to create the balance. So now if I do this, I will only divide this side. I will leave the pi alone. Okay. All right. So let me do that on my calculator and show you the answer. So now I'm having 300.9637, then divided by 180. So my calculator is showing me 1.6720. So I'm only going to write 1.6720. Then put a pi there. Okay, so this answer now is in radians, and that's what we need. So the polar form, which is the question itself, the polar form of 3 minus 5i will now be written as REI theta. The R is square root of 34. Then we have the E, then we have the I. And the theta is 1.6720 pi. And that's the final answer. So if you find this video helpful, please pass a comment in the comment section, and bye for now.